Here's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Rodgers now on first down. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
First down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Like 22, he's coming. 22's coming.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, pick 26. 22's coming.
Now Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Amari Rodgers. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches, more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Anthony Walker, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, pick 26. Watch the screen.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Danielle Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bajorquez to punt. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Boy, that was pretty. Sidestepping defenders on his way to a pickup of 9 yards. This defense for the Packers, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Well, that's one stuff. We'll see if this defense has another in their back pocket.
And I just wonder on the other side of the ball, do you just challenge the big guys up front? This is a short yardage situation. We ought to be able to pick this up. Or do you say to yourself, they are awfully tough. I've got to throw it on this down.
And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right. That's a heck. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one a first down pickup of 8. I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Now a give running right. It's Cook. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun, Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. They try again with Cook. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A shotgun snap for Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
After the made field goal, Zerline back out there now to send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the... In line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's a quick throw out wide to Dorsett.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Second and 9. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on third. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Danielle Hunter, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Throwing is Stafford.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Hey, you block over here. 58, right over there, Here. Mike, 58, right there. That's right, baby. They don't slam. Begin.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They'll go with the keeper, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Jordan Love, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Packers have taken the lead.
Instead of having to play follow the leader there, the leader led.
I like that. And he likes that, doesn't he? 1st and goal, let me do the job.
Because you know when he falls into the end zone after falling behind those big guys who pushed up front, that's a pretty good celebration, isn't it?
Gives him a little street cred in the locker room, too, doesn't it?
Street cred, and then when they go out to dinner afterwards, he's still picking up the check.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken in at the 3. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
The Vikings on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Stafford. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Stafford looks to throw again. Lets it fly for Thielen. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. Check 31. Check 31. Over.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. He's got his big tight end, Gronkowski. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Hey, come on, no, come on, no. Check 4. Check 4. Back more.
Rodgers going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Rodgers again now.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. To throw, it's Rodgers. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. It's a quarterback sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Jordan Love, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Packers have retaken the lead. McLaughlin for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
On first down, it's Stafford. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Back to throw, Stafford. It got his man, complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Stafford here. He's going to let it go again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That also a career-long kick for the veteran, Charles.
Yeah, how about what he just got done there? We always knew he had a big leg. But how about everything coming together perfectly on that one? Great leg swing, and bang that one through.
So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. To throw is Stafford. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. On the return is Williams. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 7. Here's Rodgers.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now it's Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A give to Jones. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They'll go again to Jones. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. The give is to Jones. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
81 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Right side, that's complete to Gronkowski. 7 yards there and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Aaron Jones
with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite. But the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake and it's Stafford.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Being chased out one, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin Bush able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Like the football back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford complete. Jefferson the target. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook, a beautiful fake. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
1st down, Vikings.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Kenny Clark, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They've been rolling the last couple of drives, each inning in touchdowns. So this game is flipped. They were down. Now they're up with the football. We'll see how they handle it.
Can we get a spy on the headset now between the head coach and offensive coordinator? Because they've been in attack mode. Had to get back into the game. Now they have the lead. Do you stay on the attack? Or do you dial it back a little bit to try and protect this lead?
Well, my cop-out answer would be somewhere in the middle. I think it's going to be a fine line, is it not?
I think you're exactly right, but I do think if they can stay aggressive and keep them on their heels, they'll be best served that way.
Throwing on second and long. Rodgers, pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. On now is the Packers punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Here's Stafford. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
He was brought down by Joseph. It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. On 1st down, it's Cook. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. And a very elusive run as he'll wind up getting about 9 on that one.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
58 for Mike, 58.
Again, it's Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
110 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Here's 2nd and 9.
Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. You better bring it. You better bring it. Line up. You better bring it.
Check safety to the 50. Check it back. Check it.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Throwing now is Rodgers. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a...
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 26. 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Good track. Inside. Chance.
Rodgers to throw.
He's got this one complete to Rodgers.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Back to throw, Rodgers.
That's complete to Rodgers. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Got the defense on their heels. 2 first downs in a row, and now a pickup of 8.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. To throw is Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Rodgers. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. All right.
Now Rodgers, got to have this one. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And that hits the right upright and caroms away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said, uh-uh.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
So for Minnesota, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.